Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Two running backs will take the field today in hopes of leading their team to victory. It's the Texans going up against the Broncos. With that, let's send you out to Denver. We're standing by in the booth are two men who will call the game for us. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Houston Texans and the Denver Broncos. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Here's the kicker, Nick Novak, to get us started. And off we go from Sports Authority Field. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And it's good to see Trevor Siemian coming on the field back after missing the Jacksonville game in Week 13 with a sprained left foot, so hopefully the mobility won't be an issue.
And you know that it had to be a significant injury for him to miss a game because he's been a tough kid all season long. He's played through some bangs and some dings all throughout. And you know what else? He gets extra treatment at home. Mom and dad, both in the medical profession.
How about that? That doesn't hurt. Here's Justin Forsett, his first carry. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. Let's talk about the starting lineup offensively for the Denver Broncos, and let's talk about Devontae Booker.
I always described him as a guy who ate carries in college, meaning just keep handing it to him, and he got better as the game went on. Had a knee injury his last year at Utah, comes in a little bit older than your average back, but boys, he's skilled and talented. And he emulates Emmitt Smith in one way, loves to keep the ball in his left hand at all times.
To throw on second is Siemian, and he slings one that's incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, and that'll make it third down. The defensive crew for the Texans. Here's a look.
When I watch Brian Cushing play, sometimes I feel like he's playing in the wrong era. Brian Cushing wanted to be back there when the men were men and just mixing it up. This guy lives to find ball carriers.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Let's go. Green 39.
Off the fake to Booker, it's Siemian. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Back deep, the Texans' 4th-round pick, rookie Tyler Ervin. A big rush by the Texans, and they block it. This will be picked up, and he will have a touchdown.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Nick Novak on now for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the flag is for roughing the kicker, a big 15-yard penalty.
And I'm not sure that was the time to go all out after the kicker. Plenty of time left in this game.
And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. The Texans defense, we watch them get set to go. They sure didn't get a whole lot of rest. They had the 3-and-out, forced a punt, but that's returned for a touchdown, so they're on the field quickly.
So they're cheering. They're happy. They like what they saw.
They're like, oh, I got to go get my helmet. Right?
But it is a quick turnaround, so we'll see how they handle that on this possession.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now.
When the defensive line controls the offensive front the way we just saw there and doesn't allow any of the offensive linemen to leak downfield and get to the linebackers and block them on the second level, you end up with the type of play we just saw. Linebackers didn't have to fight anyone off, didn't have to knock anyone to the side, didn't have to elude anyone trying to block them. They just saw the play, ran to the ball, and finished things off.
The defense in an enviable position here. The offense needs 13 yards. It's 3rd down. They'll come out in the pistol. Now it's Simeon. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Here's Riley Dixon now. And remember, he had his first punt blocked. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They're led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former Pitt Panther, Tom Savage.
And Tom Savage is one of those guys that when you look at him, you see the potential that's there. You get a chance to watch him practice and see him throw the football. But he hasn't had many chances to play in games, and you just wonder if given a full shot, what exactly would it look like?
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
2nd down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts this down to a 3rd and about 5. So the pickup there for Lamar Miller, and he actually shredded his current team last year when he played against them. 175 yards, another 61 in the air, and 2 touchdowns.
I guess that's a classic example of if you can't stop him, go get him, put him on your team. Lamar Miller, big-time pickup for the Texans.
From the gun on 3rd, Savage. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Keith Mumphrey that time. And that brings up 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
It's taken to the 26. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And let's switch gears for a second here and talk about the Texans and where they stand in the division. 6-6 and a log jam to the top of the AFC South. Obviously, they can still win it.
And I think they'll have to lean a lot on their defense, which has carried much of the load this year. Remember, J.J. Watt has missed most of the season. But how about the development of Jadeveon Clowney? He has played so well since they moved him back to his more natural defensive end position. He didn't play at Green Bay, and they missed him in a close loss.
The drive begins with a run by Forsett. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll fake it. Now Simeon. And hauled in here by Jordan Norwood. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
And his throw is incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So 2nd and 10 here.
Watch left. Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Back to throw, Simeon. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And McManus able to put it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. And as the Texans come back on the field, we mentioned earlier that Brock Osweiler, 2 touchdown passes, no interceptions, but points last week.
And that's got to drive their head coach, Bill O'Brien, absolutely blotto. Because, let's face it, Bill O'Brien is an offensive guy. He actually took back play calling earlier this year to try and get his offense going. And he has the talent of a high-priced free agent quarterback in Osweiler. Lamar Miller's an all-purpose running back, can run it and catch it. And how about the guys that throw it to? DeAndre Hopkins, Will Fuller. They have to be able to generate more points.
Offensive starters here. Wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, a talented wide receiver.
And he's still looking for that ultimate recognition. He wants to be mentioned with the best receivers in the game. His numbers suggest that we should do so.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Savage. Finding time. Right side, caught Fedorowicz.
Holding offense.
And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. From the gun, here's Savage. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
They go, and no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jared Crick in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Savage now on second. Mumphrey with it over the middle. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've hit the end of quarter 1. The Texans have the early lead. Charles and I back to Denver after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. Well, still in search of the 1st down after that last completion. So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look. Now Savage. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. Here's Shane Leckler now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Houston defense we watch as they get set to go. And even though that last drive yielded points, it was a long field goal, so they probably weren't too upset about it. Although here, obviously, they'd like to give up 0.
Of course, that's the goal each and every time out. But when they make that type of a field goal that long, you almost give them a little nod of respect to the kicker, like, congratulations. But you do feel pretty good about not giving up anything big.
Yeah, and we'll see if they can not give up anything big on this drive. And that's complete to the tight end Hireman. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. On 2nd down, here's Simeon. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, decided to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds. And
that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it?
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
On 1st down, it's Simeon. Norwood's got it, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And some room to work. It goes as a pickup of 23. And it'll be good for a Denver first down.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
All right, here we go. Lambert! Now, look at 56.
Another run, this time, though, for Seth. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. Here's Simeon now on second down. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now third down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
An extra defensive back on the field here for third and goal. Now it's Simeon. They'll roll him out right. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Their big tight end from 6 yards away. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A first down throw coming. Savage. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Well, no kickers on the field right now, but did want to discuss Justin Tucker and how he made headlines this last week, kicking a kickoff through the uprights, and his coach suggesting, maybe in jest, that, hey, we should get a point for that. What do you think?
I like the fact that he brought it up and turned it to a topic of conversation. I'm very leery about gimmicking up the game. I like the authenticity of our game as it is. I don't want to see people getting that when all of a sudden we're aiming for the goalpost and everybody's got to go out and get this big-legged kicker who can do that and just give a point or maybe, move the starting point for the defense. No, I'm not in favor, but it's a good discussion point.
So they run it on second down. Now let's see what third down brings here for the offense.
All right, here we go. Blue lining. Blue lining.
A play fake to Blue. Savage. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. The reigning Super Bowl MVP, Von Miller, in there to drop it for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And taken right at the 35. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. Back to Denver right after this. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half.
What's left? What's left? Let's go, D.
They start on the ground with Forsyth. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
To throw on second is Simeon. Going to try a deep ball for Norwood. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Interference. Defense.
So a pass interference here, and this is obviously a call we see all the time, but for the defender, it's becoming almost impossible to play defense in some of these situations.
You're trying to play through the receiver to the football. If there's any contact at all before he gets there, those officials will throw the flag and call interference.
To throw is Simeon. Flush to his right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Holding. Defense.
Got a little handsy there. Defensive holding, Charles.
And defenders will get away with as much as you will allow. The 5-yard mark tells the officials where the line should be drawn.
Now let's go. 3-19.
On 1st and 10, Simeon. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. John Simon able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 2nd down, here's Simeon. This will be caught at about the 3.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Face mask penalty, and Charles, you were a defender. You know sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's hard to keep your hands away from that face mask.
Sometimes you just get out of position as a defender when you're trying to make a tackle, so you end up flailing away, and your hand gets into the wrong spot.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Simeon's going to keep it, and he'll get with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
It's good to make it 17-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's Savage now on second. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete.
I know for us it's fun, and it's not so much fun for the rookie receivers when we see them coming into the league and we're going to training camps. You see them working on getting 2 feet down instead of 1. But the best ones train in college trying to get 2 down instead of 1, so the transition's a little bit less. In this case, though, wasn't able to complete it anyway.
And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller. Now 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 18. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. And now the Texans defense, they get ready here. They have to recover a little bit. Last time, they couldn't stop the run. They really couldn't stop the pass either.
And it wasn't just physically. It's mentally, because the offense appears to be a step ahead of them. No matter what they call, it's working. So they've got to get something figured out. And usually, you need a big play to get things turned around.
They gave up the touchdown on that balance attack last drive. Now this drive.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. So the field goal unit is coming on here, and boy, this is going to be darn near impossible. And As is to be expected, this is nowhere near being good from that distance. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, partner, this is where I need the color commentator. I'm not sure what to say about that one.
Yeah, you and me both, my man. Let's just let that one go and move on.
Deal. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Savage on first. Caught left side, Hopkins. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. And Novak's kick is good. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on down to our studios in Orlando, where standing by is Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. Both teams have played a clean first half and that there are no turnovers to this point. That being the case, it's no surprise that we have a very close game at halftime. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Now 3rd and 8 are going to come away with another sack. This will go as a loss of 10. Broncos take it at the 1. Here they'll go with the sneak, and this is a touchdown, pushing the lead to 10. That'll do it for us here at EA Sports Studios. Let's get back out to Brandon and Charles for the call of the second half. Brandon.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now out comes Houston. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Second half begins with a run from Miller, and it worked his way across the 30 to the 32.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
After the penalty, it's Miller. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. The Pro Bowl end, DeMarcus Ware there to take him down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Savage from the 50. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
Savage now to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this time.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. C.J. Fedorowicz, 38 yards. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown.
Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
On second down for Seth, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
So after that stop, you know that third down is not a gimme if you're on the offensive team. So what are you going to do? Run it again? Or maybe you go play action and try and throw the ball and pick up the necessary yardage.
And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on third down. Now a play fake, and it's Simeon rolling to his left. He may try and run for this. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
Simeon on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Well, that wasn't exactly a thing of beauty. I know they completed the pass, but look at the yardage lost. I mean, who does that make happy?
That's why I don't play in PPR points per reception fantasy leagues right there.
You'd be really
You don't deserve
upset,
anything
right?
for that.
But you get credit for it? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Well, I know whoever has this team's defense, they were happy about that play.
To throw on second is Simeon. They'll set up the screen for Forsett. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
So completion on second down, that brings up third.
Let's go.
Off the fake to Booker and Simeon. And this one is incomplete. Virgil Green is tight end, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up a 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit. And this will be a, shall we say, a rather optimistic try here. And supreme confidence in the kicker turns to supreme failure, as that is obviously no good. And we will remain tied here in this third quarter. Well, he does have a good leg, I'll give him that, but not that good.
Not by a long shot.
And now out comes Houston. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive. Savage now. And his throw here's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. Third down here. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. Throwing on third down, it's Savage. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver, and it's fourth down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. Well, the offense got the ball in a good spot, but they went nowhere. They settled for 3.
Brandon, I think it's safe to say that was a major disappointment. Had a great opportunity, excellent field position, and did not be able to move the ball at all. Big-time letdown.
Now it's Nick Novak back out following his field goal to send it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him. What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Back to the air, Simeon on second down. And he hits his man on the out route, Demaryius Thomas.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
Green 39! Green 39!
On 1st and 10, Simeon. He's going to air one out. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Joseph. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey.
They come up in an offset eye. After the interception, here's Savage. And to the left side, Fedorowicz has it. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Savage on first. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Miller, the lone setback. And they'll give it to him here. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun on 3rd, Savage. And the Broncos get there and take him down. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Here's Shane Leckler now. He's been terrific so far. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So the Broncos coming out now. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Simeon. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And now a first down following that long gain.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll give it to Forsett. And an alley to run. And he's brought down. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And it'll be first down, Denver. And they're going to speed things up here. Back to the ground on first. Again, Forsett. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long. To throw on second is Simeon. Completes it to Norwood. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
Now a first down throw. Simeon dancing to his left. They find some open field here. They'll get 17 yards there. And the Broncos are going to have it first and goal.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
And leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense. They'll run with Thompson. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, second and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They face a second down, but they are in field goal range. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now. Leopard! Hurry up!
From the 4, it's second and goal. A running play now for Forsett. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. An extra defensive back in the game here on third and goal. He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Virgil Green from 4 yards out. And the Broncos have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter.
And touchdown and congratulations and zero relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And those numbers, they kind of tell the story of his game so far. Started off not so hot. Now he's really heated up.
And remember, he signed up for duty as the guy who leads the team, right? The field general, the signal caller. So when things go rocky...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. And how about this? It's the other Brandon Marshall that picks it off.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They have the lead. Still a one-possession game, but the defense got the stop. They've got the football now. Just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. He's got time in the pocket. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. So the offense has it first and 10. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Forced out to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Jordan Norwood, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap.
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Got the hand caught up in the grill of the face mask. 15-yard penalty.
So tough for a defender. You're trying so hard to make a play, and the way that these offensive guys can move around, sometimes your hand gets into the wrong place.
McManus now for the extra point. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. He juked him. Oh, the spin. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that?
What was that? Maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film when those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
Savage. He's got time. That's caught. Fedorowicz. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And now they're in the hurry-up. Savage now to throw. Complete to Mumphrey. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Now it's Savage. Miller on the catch over the middle. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So a big roughing the passer penalty, Charles, and of course that's 15 yards.
And everyone knows how protected the quarterbacks are. You've got to make sure that when you launch at a quarterback that you're hitting him in the right spot and in the right time.
And that tackle was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get...
And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now, there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Offside. Defense.
And after a nice game, they don't need the penalty. They'll decline it, take the ball where the play resulted. Novak to tack on the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And Lamar Miller caps it off with a touchdown run. So with 40 seconds left, we'll see the onside kick. If they've ever needed one to go their way, it's now. And the Broncos are able to recover, and that should just about wrap this one up. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense.
Here we go now.
The win for the Broncos seemingly assured. They go down to a knee. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on third. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say so long from Denver.